Hello, good morning. You don't normally see me here on a Saturday and I've not advertised that I'm coming on, but I thought I would drop in and just share a really quick card with you using some products that are retiring from the annual catalogue. Just waiting for the catch up, make sure I am in the right place. And as usual, it's taking forever. I'm not sharing this anywhere over to my group. If you're popping in, please do say hello. Okay, I'm in the right place. That is good. So this morning I thought I'd have a quick chat about the A Wreath Bundle. And I've got a quick card to make with you as well. I've also got some samples to share because I'm really sad that this set is going out. I use the wreath dies a lot, so they're called the Wreath Builder. And it's just such a really great set because it's good for all year round because of the sentiments that are in there as well and some of the images. So I'm going to turn you around. I don't want to be on here long. I've got lots of jobs to get done today. So hello Katie, how are you? Oh, isn't it nice to have the sun shining? It's quite fresh out there though, and last night it was really cold and the wind, it kept blowing baby olive. I've got a couple of olive trees outside, so I've got baby olive who lives by the main door, and she kept blowing over, had to keep picking her up. So yeah, the wind has dropped thankfully and the sun is out, a bit cloudy, but a bit of blue sky out there. So I'm hoping to get a bit of gardening done maybe later. I've got some seeds I desperately need to sow in the greenhouse, so I really need to get on with it. So I'm going to turn you down. Hopefully it's not going to be too painful. It's always a scary thing, and show you a couple of projects that I created quite a while ago. I did a class with the Arrange a Wreath, so bear with me 2 minutes while I turn you around. Always try and do this so gently. You're going to see my ceiling for a minute while I move everything about and flip you around and hope that we're somewhere in the right place. We're not too bad. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Okay, I think we're all caught up. Katie, you're having a crafty day. You've got lots of stamp sets still to use. Yes, I know, and that's kind of why I'm on here today. I was having a little play with this set yesterday. It's just such a great set. So I'm going to be doing very little stamping today. It's mainly, I'm using the builder dies, which are fabulous, particularly the 2 wreaths. I absolutely adore these and I am going to miss them when they go. I've just checked before I came on live and both are still available. They're available as a bundle. Let me grab the catalogue. Oh, I've got a headache as well this morning. I don't know what's going on. Did have quite a good night's sleep of late. It's been a bit of a rough week with Jason having his vaccine. He's not been getting very good nights, so I've been waking up lots. So yeah, this is the bundle. Lovely, lovely set. You've been thinking about getting it. Don't delay because things sell out fast and things go all of a sudden when the retired list comes out. Well, we now call it the last chance list. So let me share with you a couple of previous projects. So got a couple of cards. I believe this was all one class. I've got a little 3D project. What's my light doing? And I don't know which way up this is going, that way. A little kind of fun fold as well. So this is using Misty Moonlight and Seaside Spray, which is one of our in colours that's going out. So just a really simple fold just to create a bit of a wow. Then this little box I designed to hold a soap. So it's very simple, really easy to put together, and I've just popped some Velcro dots on there. It's looking a bit loved because it's been in and out of boxes when I've been, obviously not in the last year, but to events. So I carry a lot of samples around with me. So how beautiful is it, and how simple? And there's not a huge amount of stamping on here. The flowers are obviously from the set, and there is a die that cuts those out as well. And finally, this one. So, and this is Garden Green, the green that I've used. I know, Katie, Misty Moonlight and Seaside Spray, they do go lovely together. I'm guessing I'm going to have to be bringing in, I've also got some Night of Navy here, so these flowers are Night of Navy. So Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, and you could probably replace this with Balmy Blue. Is it Balmy Blue? I believe it's Balmy Blue. I was going to say Bashful Blue, but that's like, how far away was that when we had Bashful Blue? So I'm not going to share my project. I'm going to keep it a surprise, but I'm going to bring in some pieces that I'm using. Let's take down my grid paper. And then we'll be away. Oh, I'm on centimetres today. I've turned it over. I normally always work on the inches side just because it's so handy. I love our grid paper. Hello, Jane. How are you? Ah, you did the class. They are. I couldn't remember. It was here in the studio. It must have been when we were allowed to have like 4 people. Or I can't remember. I can't remember when it was, but it must have been in the summer at some point. But yeah, really lovely set. So I have prepared everything ready so that this card is going to be really quick and simple. So I've die cut 2 of the bigger leaf die, the wreath. I've got some of the Bumblebee DSP. It's different to the one on my original card, but I will show you my original after. And that's from our 2020-2022 in colour DSP. Look at all of this I've got left. I need to start using it up because it's going to be going very soon. Obviously, the colours are staying, but the pattern on the paper is changing. So, and here's the reverse. There we go. So they're beautiful. And I've also got a basic white cardstock for my base. And I wanted to use the spotty one, which I used on my original. When I came over here to the studio this morning just to cut this kit, I realised I hadn't got any of it left, which doesn't surprise me because I do love a spot on paper and fabric and things like that. Obviously, not facial spots. Also got a strip, let's move on swiftly, strip of Sahara Sand cardstock, and I've cut this from, let me grab them, the Stitched So Sweetly dies, which you see me use all the time at the moment. Really great value, this set. And I've literally taken a strip of Sahara Sand, popped it through my cutting machine and just trimmed off a border. Okay, so that's from the largest die I've used. And I've cut everything ready because I just want this to be quick. In my little jar, I have some of the, now are these called gold enamel dots? I think they're definitely retiring. I think they've been reduced to £6. And you get a lot in a pack. This is like just a small amount, but they're beautiful. I really love these. They've got glitter. Maybe they're called gold glitter. Don't know if you can see, but they've got glitter in them. And I've die cut from our Vellum cardstock and a bit of Bumblebee some flowers. So let's get going. Other 2 things I'm using is from the greenery combo. It's got this gold twine, and let me grab the other half of it. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's the greenery combo. It's got this lovely one in. Look how much I've got left on here. This is retiring as well, so I need to leave that out on my desk and make a conscious effort to use that. Also, I am using some linen thread. So let's get going because I'm on a mission to get this done. I've got car washing to do, so I've bought a new car. And I need to now really think about selling my old one. So I need to get it washed. I've hoovered it all out and polished it. I just need to Jason's going to help me when he comes back from work, give it a good clean over. And also we are deciding to put our motorhome up for sale. So we've got a lot of cleaning to do on that as well. So busy, busy. Okay, bone folder. Let us start. Let's just make sure we are focused. So piece of basic white. This measures 5 3/4 across here by 8 1/4. 8 1/4 is the width of our cardstock. So that is our base. And the first thing I'm going to do is take my trusty Tombow. I haven't used it yet this morning, so I'm hoping that it's going to play game. And pop just up the top on the reverse. Actually, I'm going to put it on here, that would be easier. A bit of Tombow. And I'm just going to lay that one down. I'm covering over the stitches just to create a lovely scalloped border, because we don't have a beautiful scalloped edge border anymore, so this die works beautifully. Hello Belle, how are you? I've dropped on here sporadically, would that be the word? No plan to come on. I just thought, right, I'm going to quickly cut this card kit and I'm going to come on and say hi to everyone, because we've got so many beautiful products that are retiring from the catalogue. So I thought I would talk today about the Arrange the Wreath bundle. Lovely that you're saying hello to each other. I love that you all know each other. So right, I'm going to start with this. Shall I measure it? Sahara sand, 2 inches. In fact, these pieces are exactly the same. The DSP, 2 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay, they're both exactly the same. And I'm going to pop this layer down first. My head is banging. I don't know why. I've had breakfast. I've had a nice, Jason made me an Americano this morning in the coffee machine. So I don't know why I've got the headache. Get plenty of fluids in today. Maybe that'll help. I don't like to take tablets. I very rarely take paracetamol or ibuprofen. Hello Elaine, how are you? Nice to have you join us this morning. I try not to take a tablet. Usually a headache goes before a tablet would have even had time to work with me. So I'm just laying the other piece of DSP to the left side like this. So it's just overlapping that Sahara sand piece, like that. Next, this lovely, lovely label from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I'm going to try and stick this one straighter. On my original card, it was on the wonk a little bit, but how are you doing, Elaine? Hope you're keeping well. So I'm going to pop that one right down in the middle. I'm going to pick it up and make sure. So hard to tell. See, from that angle, it looks wonky. Anyway, it's down now. It's staying. You're all yelling at me, stop fussing, get on with it. Okay, I'm going to layer these 2 wreath die cuts together. And I don't apply a lot of glue when I'm doing this job, because most of it will just ooze out where you don't want it, onto your project, onto your fingers. I'm not laying them directly. I'm just going to pop them on. Oh, I put Tombow in the wrong place there. So they're kind of overlapping. Let's just get a little scrap. Can you see that bit there? I don't need it. And just press it down. Now I've probably got Tombow on my fingers, so I'm going to give them a quick wipe. Oh, Elaine, you've had your second jab. I'm hearing people saying that the second one is making them feel worse. But the other thing as well, I'm hearing people say, depending on which jab you've had, affects how you feel. So Jason had the Astra one. don't know its full name, AstraZeneca. That shows how much I pay attention. And he's been having really hot and cold moments, especially at night, like really sweaty but freezing cold, so temperature. Yeah, so we've had a few nights of not sleep. Hello, Ellie, how are you? Nice of you to stop on and say hello. So, okay, I've just layered up these two beautiful dies. Look how the die embosses those leaves as well. Isn't it beautiful? Now, it is quite delicate, but I'm just going to carefully turn up some of these leaves because you know this girl loves a bit of 3D, and I don't want my wreath to sit there too flat. And now just a bit of Tombow on the back to hold it down onto my card base. And then we're going to pop that one down right in the middle, like so. Stick, now it's sticking to my fingers. Oh, see, that's because I don't remember where I put the glue. It's down. It's down. Okay. Next, let's tip out these lovely little pieces. Oh, look, I'm recycling that bit there, using the other side. So I've die cut, let's take that one out. Lots of flowers. I'm not going to need all of these, but from the Wreath Builder set. So we've got these pretty four-petaled flowers. It's not a leaf, four-petaled. And we've also got this one as well. So I'm going to layer those up together and then layer a couple of these as well. Now, it will get a little bit messy because they are vellum. And we have to be careful with vellum because our adhesive will show through. So let's just bring in this just to save my piece of grid. So I've already mounted these two together, and actually I use Tombow on there, and there's a bit of shine there. There's no real evidence of Tombow everywhere, and we are going to be using the gems. Oh, accents, now it's gone. The gold glittery ones anyway, to in the centres of these flowers. So to start with, I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool and I'm going to carefully, I don't know if I can do this so you can see, a tinsy wincy bit of Tombow just in the middle, and I'm not sticking them straight on top, a bit like the wreath, I'm just going to overlap them. Now, I find when you're gluing on to our vellum that it does take a little while to stick. So for those of you that don't know what it is, I've got quite a new packet here, code number 106584, and it's Vellum Cardstock, and it's A4. You know what vellum is, it's a bit like parchment. It's quite thick. It's beautiful when you emboss with it. But I love vellum. For me, it's something that I use when I am struggling with bright colours on cards. Popping over a layer of vellum will tone something down. But of course, the only tricky thing about using vellum is that you can't see what I'm doing, but it does show here in my hand. So I'm just going to pop quite a bit of Tombow on there, and I'm just going to layer. I'm not going to press down and pierce myself, honestly. That's what I said, it's going to get a little bit sticky. Actually, a bit more Tombow in between. Just layer them all together. Now I need to put that down because I need to press. Just going to stack them up and turn them around. I'm going to use the end just to let them hold together for a moment. Wipe that off. Let's do that with a wet wipe, otherwise we're going to end up with that everywhere. Louise, yes, it is on back order, but you can still order it, which is good. So you've just ordered it. That's great. And you've got the springtime joy for the bunny. I know that one is super cute. Oh, see what I mean? It does take a little while to glue. I think what's happened is it's glued to my grid paper underneath. But once it's down, it will be fine. And this one here, it's going to push that one out because I don't want him there. I'm going to layer this onto here as well. Now, I am thinking that maybe a glue dot may have been way more sensible for this task because it would have adhered. I'm just bringing you in a bit. It would have stuck a bit faster, but I've started, so I will finish. Let's just move you off for now. Pop all of these back in the pot because they will get lost, and use those on another project. And then what I'm going to do is pop, let's check we're focused, pop these down onto my card. So let's have one here. I'm going to put plenty of glue, make sure it's on there. Have one here. Doesn't matter if it's coming through, I'm going to be popping a gem on the top, the word of which has escaped me. Where's the one I stuck together already? Where are you? There you are. And then we'll have this one just here, right next door. Just going to pick up that excess glue, and then this little one will pop here like that. Oops, sorry, I've got Tombow on my fingers now, so everything is sticking to me. So what are we all up to today? Louise, you're excited about the new catalogue. I know, aren't we all? So many lovely, fabulous products coming our way. If there's anyone watching here who is not a demonstrator, you need to join my team because we have a fabulous new catalogue coming. Oops, I just lost the end out of my take your pick. We have a fabulous new catalogue coming, and if you join my team now, you can get to see that before everybody else. And how much fun would that be? Okay, let's pop on some centres for these flowers. And these are all I have left of these. So it's a good opportunity, let's pop a smaller one, to use them up on this project. It's a little bit sticky in the centre of there, but we can sort that after. I feel like these petals need life. Okay, so we've got some centres on. Next, we're almost done. I'm going to take some linen thread, and this is the gold twine from the greenery combo. Now it does come undone at the end, it untangles, so you could actually cut this and split it into very, very, if I just pull that, you'll see it's very fine. Very fine. What I'm going to do, I want to tie a bow. So, but I'm going to tie it with some linen as well. Start again. Now this is where having Tombows on your fingers doesn't help you. Right, so I need roughly that much. So let's trim that off, and then I want the same length roughly in linen thread. I'm glad to say that we will still have linen thread. Just going to give my hands a wipe because I know what it's like using the twine when you've got Tombow on you. Got a bit of fluff on there. It wasn't an Alfie dog hair, I promise. Although they do seem to, even though he doesn't moult, they do seem to get in the air. So the ribbon, the linen thread, because it comes on a spool, it gets quite curly. So if you just pinch it between your nail and your finger, it will straighten out. Right, let's put these two together. If you're just joining, do say hello. It's always nice to know who's here. I know I say that every time, but it is. When you've got a bunch of people stopping by, don't be shy. We don't bite. So I'm just tying a double bow. I'm just pulling both of those tails, and then I'm going to hold on to both the loops and pull tight, so that by pulling, oh, you're right out of shot. That wasn't very clever, sorry. If you hold on to both loops and pull really tight, that will secure that knot in the middle and make it tight. And then if your loops are slightly too big, if you hold on to the middle and pull two tails, it will pull in that loop, okay? And I like to pull the tails down, and I'm going to make that just a little bit shorter. Not very good at being in shot today, don't know why. They could have done with being a bit longer actually. And because, can you see how this end has feathered out? I'm going to do that to the other one just so that they match. And it does give quite a nice effect. Hello Ruthie, how are you? Nice to have you join us. How are you doing? Okay, final thing before we do a little bit of stamping is I'm going to pop the bow up at the top, and the easiest way is with a glue dot. So I'm just going to take a glue dot and I'm going to roll it with my scissors and then pick it up. You probably can't see that because it doesn't like to focus from the desk to the hand. Just pop the bow on there. And then the final thing to do, I've just pulled in a couple of skinny scraps. Let's bring my mat in. And I wanted, even though there are some, let me bring the stamp set back in. There's some fabulous greetings on here. I wonder whether I should use something different. Whether I should do the Happy Easter, because I am using this set. Louise, am I going to add a bunny? Sadly not. I don't have the bunny. I do not have it. So the other set I was going to use for my greeting is the art gallery, which is carrying over, but I love, love, love the greetings in here because they're skinny and they're long and they work well with some projects better than other. I find that. I'm tempted to use the Happy Easter on here, but I think for today I'm going to go against the grain of that and go with something from in here. I think Thank You, because I used Best Wishes on my other. Louise, you're saying I should get it. Katie, you lost half a tooth this week. Oh, bless you. Don't talk to me about the dentist, honestly. Since about October, I've been at the dentist almost every other week having work done. It's been a nightmare and I am still not there yet. But I am at a stage where things are okay for the time being, so I am going to have to be spending a lot more money. I've already spent a lot of money on my teeth, but I'm going to have to be spending a way lot more to get me to a point of being where I need to be as regards eating food. Okay, so I'm going to use the thank you. Enough about my teeth anyway, but I hope that you're not in any pain, because that is the worst thing. Teeth can give us a lot of grief, can't they? Let's see that one. Let's use this little skinny one. So I've got Sahara Sand cardstock, ink, and I'm literally going to stamp down. Let's have that straight. That will help. It's not bad. And just snip it out. Straight would be good. I tend not to send a lot of Easter cards, if I'm honest. I do love the selection of products we have for Easter. I mean, that's the one good thing about this set. So you've got something for Easter, you've got Christmas, obviously you've got the partridge here, so you could, this actual stamp is beautiful. Just to say that this die does not cut out that stamped image, as far as I am aware. I could be very, very wrong, but I don't think it does. No. So I've missed out something there if it does, but I love this little flower as well. You've got something for Easter. You've got this gorgeous little leaf. You've got a little box. Well, I call it a box. I use this and put all the flowers in the top. Was it on one of my projects? No, it's on another. But you've got some really good greetings in there as well. So it's just such a good all-round set. I am quite shocked it's going, but then Stampin' Up do that. They do shock us. But they have to make way for all the lovely new things that are coming in. Okay, Katie, you're not in any pain. That's good. I know, I've lost a few teeth. It's not fun. Oops. I'm trying to read and I'm multitasking. Read and stick. Got some fluff on there. Just blow it away. And then to finish, I'm just going to pop in my little thank you. Oh gosh. I think that's okay. And a little thank you. And there we go. All done. Belle, you've been using the Arrange a Wreath dies. You were using it last night. You've been making daffodils with it. Wow. So is that with this one here? I love this. Let me just pull in the dies. So this one here, I absolutely adore this little die and these. They're so pretty. This one here actually is part of the bow, so you can layer up on your bow. I've not used this one very much, but let me just, I can see a project that I did with this. And I used the word that die cut out from the heart to create this little box. I did this, well, this was for Valentine's Day. I did share it on the gram and on, I think I shared it on Facebook. But I haven't actually filmed a video on how to create the box, so maybe I should. But look, how cute. How cute is that? So yeah, so that's the love, the little love die in the heart. But also, of course, with the heart, you could cover that over with a banner like that, so it doesn't have to say love. You could just use it as a heart die. Very, very usable set. Absolutely love it. Louise, what stamp storage do you use for your dies? Oh, these are, they're the Art Bin. So this is a magnetic sheet and they're made by Art Bin. You can buy a lovely carry case that goes with them, but I just found it hard work. I needed my dies. I need to be able to access my dies quickly, and as good as the case is, I'm just grabbing my other dies, as good as the case is, it's not, I can't access the dies quickly enough in there. So I now have this, I don't know if you can see this very well, but basically it's just a little white cardboard IKEA box, and I've stood all of my dies up so I can flick through and see what I have, and I can access them easily. Little bits in there for reference, that goes with the butterflies. So I don't use the storage box is great, it's very sturdy and it holds a lot of dies, but I wanted something accessible, so there we go. Anyway, the plan was not to be on here for long, and I've been on here way much longer. Here's the one I made earlier, so exactly the same. I've just used the different DSP, and the spots are by far my favourite. So if you love what I've created, if you'd like to have a go yourself, why not order yourself the bundle before it disappears, and you can create something similar yourself. So very little stamping today, but I hope you've enjoyed my projects. I'm just going to make sure I've read all of the comments. Louise, yes, they're pretty strong. I mean, I'm giving it a good shake. You can see, don't know if you can hear that. They do, you know, they're not coming off. I don't know how I can demonstrate that just on here, but they are pretty strong. And as I say, I have them stood up in a box, and rarely does one kind of slide off. So, okay. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your love. Maybe I should pop on regularly on a Saturday morning, because I normally work on a Saturday morning, because Jason normally works, so I work as you do. Because I love what I do, it's hard to drag myself away from here. So, yeah. So maybe I'll pop on and do some quick simple stamp. Well, this wasn't simple stamping, was it? It's very little stamping, but it was simple die cutting. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to be posting these out to somebody soon, I guess, because I'm going to have all these samples along with all of these previous ones that aren't current anymore. So there we go. Okay. You'd like it if I came on a Saturday morning, Louise? Yeah, I will have a think about that. Obviously, it's going to be a bit more planning time, but that's fine. If it's a quick drop in, what I will have to do is set myself a goal to be like, right, 30 minutes and then I'm out of here. I'm at 37 minutes now and I'm waffling quite a bit. So, but today's purpose really was to share. And I'm going to be doing some more, I'll be popping out some more things on my socials about products that are going, because I have tons and tons of samples here in the studio of things that are retiring. So I'm going to be sharing more. So thank you, Belle. Thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you now. Go and grab myself a coffee, and then I need to get on with some jobs. So take care, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. So bye for now.